Oh my God. Like, okay. So not only is this, okay, all right. I have a multitude of things to just like to share, okay? And listen, regardless, it's so funny because all of these like Trumpers probably think that, oh, Scott's talking about it because he doesn't like Trump. No, I don't like him. But also, this is our president. If this was Joe Biden, if this was Kamala Harris, if this was anyone, I would be also calling a spade and being like, our president literally just said that groceries is an old-fashioned term. He also even said that affordability is a new term by the Democrats. Affordability, I hadn't heard of it before. Trump is not claiming, our president is not claiming that you need an ID to buy groceries. Okay, pause. Going to the grocery store, there are certain items that you do need an ID for. If you purchase alcohol, or if you purchase tobacco, or certain medications, then yes, you do present an ID. But when you usually hear like the term groceries, you're thinking fruits, vegetables, staple items, meat, stuff like that. You're not necessarily thinking about like your medications or tobacco, or we all know that you have to present an ID for alcohol, but you don't really consider you can say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get groceries, and then you can throw in a bottle of, wine in there, sure. But like, that's not what you usually think of when you hear groceries. And I don't think that Trump is actually thinking that deep or thinking at all, but this is what he said recently. So let me give the full context here. Yes, let me get out my hands, okay? We should start tonight with the country's open. Congratulations. Then we should pass voter ID. We should pass no mail-in voting. We should pass all the things that we want to pass, just not passing kidney stone. I don't like those. I passed so many kidney stones I could repave that driveway over there, but I decided I didn't want to do that. But we can make our election secure. And then he goes on and says, all we want is voter ID. You go to the grocery store and you have to give an ID. You go to the gas station and you give an ID. But for voting, they want no voter ID. It's only for one reason, and it's because they cheat. We would pass that in 15 minutes. Unlike my kidney stone, that takes, 15 hours. But, okay. There is so much here to just cover. It's like, oh my God. Okay, hold on. This onion is so pungent. We have so many layers to peel back. All right, here we go. All we want is voter ID. You go to the grocery store, you have to give an ID. Now, out of all things, let me just unilaterally state that if you go to the grocery store, do you need an ID to buy groceries if you aren't buying alcohol? No. No, you do not. Just in case anyone was wondering. No, you do not need an ID to buy groceries if you are not purchasing alcohol. When you hear the term groceries, you're not thinking of items like alcohol. Usually that's not like your first of mind thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna go get groceries, and then you come back with only alcohol. People be like, where are the groceries? So you can include some alcohol in there, and that's, of course, you require having an ID for that. It would be silly if you didn't. And illegal, but it would be also stupid. And also tobacco products or other different medications, if you need to present an ID, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I don't think that Trump actually even understands. He probably thinks that you need to present an ID to buy a pack of bacon. He's like, oh, the bacon, you have to have your ID. This doesn't look like you dyed your hair since the last time you got a nose piercing. I don't know if it's the same person. What's also important was I was like, okay, wait a minute. Are they also talking about food stamps? For the people who are not on food stamps, and you're like, wait, well, do you need an ID to present if you're on food stamps? No, you do not need to show an ID to use the SNAP benefits. Actually, they have their own verification through the EBT card that requires your 4-digit PIN for a transaction. USDA federal rules prohibit retailers from requiring photo ID as a condition to accept SNAP benefits. So for people who are like, oh, well, he just meant the SNAP benefits. No, he didn't. Like, he's just stupid. That's he's just stupid. Okay. Now, In addition to all of that, like, I just want to give some people's comments, and then I'm gonna he had a very interesting conclusion about the word groceries. So and this person, I like this, was like, currently I'm in the grocery store checkout line and I don't have my ID. Damn. Or, hear me out, because I know this might sound crazy these days, but how about Republicans stop doing what this old demented idiot tells them to do, and instead do things that will help their constituents? Has there ever been a better metaphor for a presidency? And you can see that's probably, that's part of the East Wing that has been demolished. Going forward here, we're like, that's great, but you know, still gonna need those Epstein files. I see lots of comments about like, hey, where are the Epstein files? I never had to show my fucking ID at the grocery store. What a total effing moron. I also like this comment. And so it begins. The beginning of the end is coming in less than 3 years. The end of Trump and MAGA, the end of tariffs, the end of uncertainty for healthcare, the end of broken government, the end of Americans going hungry, and the end of job losses. I sure hope so. I sure hope so.